What up? All right, what is it? This Saturday, we went and stopped at one of the local card shops here again, right? Had to do a little bit of work over at the office here, check on some properties on a Saturday. So what, any excuse as I'm coming in from the city back to the office, right? And then heading home, why not stop at one of the card shops? I mean, I'm going to go pick my family up some food anyway, right? Because I had to work on a Saturday. So, and funny enough that, I mentioned that, but my wife, I'll have to add that screenshot of that text exchange about she told me to get out of the car shop because again, my vehicle's tracked for work and just normal stuff like that. And, I'm in the city. I'm not saying it's unsafe, right? But you should probably keep your head on a swivel, if that makes sense. So anyway, I digress. We're talking about cards here. So let's get to it. Picked up here. Again, we're going to go kind of through these things, as you can see, and then maybe I'll just talk about why I picked these up and were they good deals. Oh, and there's the receipt. Oh, so we're gonna hide that for right now. I'll add that to the spreadsheet, but right. And again, if you've been on a couple of my videos, some of these cards you have seen before. Here we go. So we got the Shaquille O'Neal, right? What's that? 94, 95 Flair, right? Looks pretty good. 5 of 6. So there's 4 more out there. And again, that's going to be a problem for me. It means now that I know it's a set, it means I'm going to have to, again, this is probably, it's going to be PC card-ish, right? PC card-ish. And because again, it'll get stacked up there with my other Shaqs that I have to go through and figure out what's going to grade, what's not going to grade when I take a deeper look on this. But $10, I think that's a good deal when I learned to comp it out on Market Movers. Again, not a paid ad, but I will shop it out. Pretty good, very good. I do use another one just to kind of bounce off sales, if that makes sense. But primary one for me is I use Market Movers. Never use Card Ladder. Not saying it's a bad thing. I just tried it on this free thing and I wasn't very impressed. But again, I'm sure the app is making its headways and maybe I'll try it again. But right now I'm pretty satisfied with Market Movers. And I paid for the 1-year subscription, so I'll keep it that way. All right, another Shaq. Well, they had, so you see they have a number here, right? I think they had 3 of these. And again, when I'm looking at this or any card, I'm looking for its gradability. Like, is it going to be gradable? Again, I always ask permission. Can I take it out of the sleeve? Do you mind? Again, I'm not going to make any assumptions they're going to let me take it out. I've been there a bunch of times, but I always ask regardless. Yeah, so again, there's this one, the gold, and then there's a stock, which I have like the base, right? Again, back in the day, it was the paper stock, right? And then a gold, and maybe a little bit like Upper Deck had red, right? And gold, so that was like the differences in like the Upper Deck, like their parallels or SPs, right? So again, I pulled it. I think this is a good price for it. I think this was actually under last sold comps, right? Because I was going to buy all of them because I think they had 3 of them. The reason why is that, again, if it was a good price and say it was, my thing is it's got to be $10, $15, $20 under comps, and I would have bought them all, right? But I don't think it was that far under. So then I had to look at them. I think some of them had like a little bit of the divots in here, for fingernails or whatever. So they didn't make the grade to be put in the stack, right? All right, here we go. Again, Trout. I think I've said it before and I'll continue to say it. In my personal opinion, doing a little bit more research, I guess if I really want to call it, like getting on the internet, looking at statistics, right? Kind of watching just highlight reels of him, how he acts, how he interacts on the field with his teammates, off the field with people. Like, I think that draws me personally, and I think there's a lot of other people like that, to certain players and athletes, right? Based on just not only are they good players, but do they do this? Again, some people like people just because they like them. It could be horrible. Like, I don't know, I can't think of one right now. Like Pat McAfee, right? I mean he was the greatest, one of the greatest kickers during his time he was in, right? I don't really make the Hall of Fame. I don't know, but the dude he was on point when he was doing what he was doing. And now after he retired out of the league, he's continuing to do bigger and better things as he goes. You don't, like I said, I'm sure most of you people do know about Pat McAfee, but again, I'm not looking, watch his podcast, watch how he talks about sports, to talk about sports, to talk about all sorts of things that's interesting, right? But again, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Those are things I like. Again, I'm looking for PC stuff. I want it to be numbered. I'm looking for numbered parallels, something that has some significance. See, this is a downer with this, but I think again I picked this up and this price was under what the last couple comps were sold from what I saw. This is game use, again, doesn't have what game, so it's like that's like always the bummer. You know what I mean? That's, now if it was from something, again, it would automatically move up. And when I'm reorganizing, what if I had to sell something to buy something else, right, or to liquidate to get to do something else, that's how I'm going to make it great. You know what I mean? So again, I thought it was a pretty cool card. Had this under comps, made sense to me, right? Just using that basics. Again, I did get a white one like this. I think it's in one of those stacks that came in that I haven't looked through. And then I got two because he said, hey, he gave me a discount on them, but I don't know how big a discount, but I think there was one more, and again, it didn't look good enough for me to grade it because I got a white one of this. So I knew there were a couple parallels. I went there and I saw the stack and I was like, oh, here we go. Like he knew what I was looking at and he went and pulled it out because he knew like what I was exactly looking at, right? Because I've been in there a couple times, so he knows if there's something to be like a set collector, you know, even if it's something dumb like this, I think it's cool. Like to me, again, I could just be some asshole in the internet talking to himself. Currently, that's what I'm doing right now, like a weirdo, but whatever. Right? I just make a set of this. I got to look to see exactly how many more are in this parallel of this photo in this year, and I'll figure it out. It'll be on my hunt. See, that's like my problem. It's like a challenge, right? So again, I think I got a pretty good deal. I think some of these might have been at the most recent comp, maybe not a great deal, right? Or I just bought them at market. Not a big deal because the plan is to do something a little bit different with it. Again, I got to look through these to make sure they're gradable too. So if they're not, I'm going to have to start like a separate list and be on the hunt for these. Oh, and you can't ever leave anywhere if you can find something cool. I mean, they had some Shohei cards. Again, I'm looking for kind of different ones that they have over there. Again, then, you know, a lot of the ones that are super expensive, that's great. I'm not looking for things or, you know, it just depends on what it is. You know, at 55 bucks, I looked this up. Good deal. Again, selling it less than what it's worth. I think this is cool. So yeah, 2022, you know, not his rookie year, not the year after rookie, but still in that that newish window, right, for MLB. But again, this is going to be something I'm going to keep, put it to the PC, stacking it with the rest of the Otanis, the some that are up over there graded. I got way more. I need to get another. I got to get a case. I don't know what I'm going to do down here with this wall, but I'm going to figure it out. Right now, it just kind of got a hodgepodge around. Yeah. All right, Kobe rookie. You guys already know, anybody that's seen these videos, why I am picking these up anytime I see them, right? Fair price, good price, gradable price, whatever.
We gotta come together at a time like this. So I need you guys to calm down.
I'm gonna cut you with that card again.
It's all right,